Now, moving on to regional Victoria, it is with some regret, but given the significant community transmission and the growing case numbers and the fact that we need to stay ahead of this in regional Victoria, from midnight next Wednesday, regional Victoria will move to stage 3 restrictions. That's stay at home except for the 4 reasons to leave. That will mean that restaurants, cafes, bars, gyms, a whole range of other settings, we're well and truly acquainted with those, will need to close from midnight next Wednesday. That is not the position we wanted to be in, but we cannot have a situation where this continues to grow and grow in regional Victoria, and then we have a situation where, as we are perhaps bringing stability and reduced numbers to metropolitan Melbourne, we have a problem that is even larger and spread right across regional Vic. We just can't have that. So those changes will come into effect from midnight Wednesday night. That gives all of those who are most affected, gives them some time to be able to adjust to that. That notice period, I'm sure, will be important to many of those businesses that will need to move to a takeaway only or a home delivery model. Now, tomorrow, I will have more to say about different industries, and there will be 3 categories of industries. Those that are business as usual, and I want to assure all Victorians, supermarkets, the butcher, the baker, food, beverage, groceries, those types of settings, there will be no impact there. In terms of a number of other industries, they will be reducing their total output. That'll mean there are less people working less shifts. That'll mean there is less contact, there is less seeding of this virus from workplaces back into families and from family to family and right throughout the Victorian community. And then there will be a 3rd category of business, and they will close. And they will move exclusively to a work from home, and if they can't work from home, then the work simply won't be done. There is a lot of detail, very complicated supply chains and other issues. They are being worked through, and I'll have further announcements to make tomorrow about that. I just again want to make the point that there's no need to be queuing up at the Coles or Woolworths. There's no need to be queuing up at those sorts of, or the local baker or butcher. They will remain open. They will remain able to provide you with the things that you need. Takeaway meals, home delivery meals, they will remain as they are now. It is essentially a whole series of large workplaces, and we will work through those in a painstaking way. We already have been for the entire weekend. That work is being finalised today, tonight, and we'll have further announcements about that tomorrow. And that won't be instantaneous. There will be some time to adjust, but that is not for today. Today is a series of restrictions that are about how we live. Tomorrow will be about a series of restrictions that relate to how we work. And that is the best way to do this. It is complex, and you're best to get it right and take the time to engage deeply with those that will be most affected. Just a couple of other matters. There will be changes to schools. So from Wednesday, we will move to flexible and remote learning for all students in all schools right across the state. So what that means for metropolitan Melbourne is the year 11s and 12s will go back to learning from home. Special schools will remain open for those who really need to be in those settings, and the children, the students of parents who are working, they will be able to go to school and be supervised, but it really will be only those that are absolutely necessary to do so. So we will be, if you like, reducing the total amount of students that are at school, and therefore the total amount of movement. In regional Victoria, they will move to remote and flexible learning for all students, but there will be, I think, larger numbers of students that are allowed to be at school because their parents are working. That economy in the regions will be functioning at a higher level, and we won't be limiting the number of students who can come and be supervised because they simply can't be supervised at home. I want to make the point, as we have consistently, that vulnerable children, children that really do need that in-school experience, they will get that. They will be supported. There will be a slight difference in terms of the numbers of students that are presenting because there's no alternative metro versus regional, but we'll try and provide every support that we can to every single student. That means tomorrow's a normal day of school. Tuesday will be a pupil-free day across the board. and we will then move to flexible and remote learning for all students come Wednesday.